Native to the arid climate of southwestern Africa, the Rosy Faced Lovebird has become a popular pet all over the globe. With their 15-centimeter length packed full of vibrant colors, it's no wonder why they attract bird owners and breeders. Because of this popularity, they have been bred extensively, to the point that only 3 of the more than 500,000 exported in the 90s were born in the wild. With such an immense pet population, escapees were inevitable. Luckily for the native species of the United States, the lovebirds have only established a lasting foothold in the area around Phoenix, Arizona, where a breeding colony of about 2,500 of the little ones persists ever since its inception in the 1980s. The area is a perfect match to the climate and water sources they are instinctively familiar with, even though the initial escapees who started the feral population had likely never lived outside captivity. In the wild, these lovebirds live up to their name, showing both a love for community and a propensity for courtship. In a grand romantic gesture, courtship is initiated by the male leaning in for a tender kiss and then regurgitating food from his crop in an effort to feed the female. After engaging in this rather vile undertaking several more times, the pair will then begin to preen each other's feathers several days before copulation. This demonstrates a certain level of trust between the two, as preening is usually a self-administered task. The actual breeding process is also initiated by the male, who slinks sideways towards the female, letting out a series of inquisitive clicks. If she assents to these clicks, she will fan out her wings, and mating will commence. After breeding comes the delicate task of nest weaving. The female will finely strip leaves and branches, tucking what she can within her feathers for easier transport to the nesting site. Occasionally, multiple lovebird couples will profit off the hospitality of the sociable weaver, a small brown bird which creates massive communal nests that can house hundreds of families. While not made specifically with the lovebirds in mind, the neighborhood doesn't turn them away. The mother will typically lay one clutch of 4 to 5 eggs, which will then incubate for a period of approximately 20 to 25 days. However, a mated pair has the potential to raise up to 3 of these clutches per breeding season. After hatching, the chicks will stay with their parents for another 20 days until they fledge, and after that it's not much longer until they reach sexual maturity at the age of only 2 months old. As the new generation reaches independence, they will begin to forage in flocks that can grow to contain up to 100 members. They search primarily for seeds and berries, though they have also been seen consuming soil and feces from large grazing animals. Farmers in areas where rosy-faced lovebirds abound know them to be a bit of a pest as they ravage their fields of millet. You can't blame them for their abundance. After all, it's in their nature to feed and follow their hearts. But Arizona's ever-growing feral population serves as a reminder of a pervasive problem on the human end of things. Many people purchase lovebirds without a thought of how much they will need to care for them, and so escapees, such as the ones responsible for the phoenix breeding population, are often just freed pets that owners no longer have the time nor energy to care for. Misinformation and mismanaged expectations are partly responsible for this recklessness. When purchasing a bird, always remember that just because they came from a shop does not mean they don't have a streak of wild in them. And if a bird gets too much to handle, never release it. The smallest actions can have dire consequences. Lastly, I'd like to thank you for watching. The rosy-faced lovebird has been a blast to learn about, and I'm happy to share that with you. If you liked this video, consider checking out my channel. I have some similar content that you might enjoy. Comment below if you have a bird you'd like to see covered next, and happy birding.